No.
Okay, it's great to have you here today at the St. Michael's House Football Fan Club. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate the fact it's a very busy time with the autumn internationals, and well done on that last result against Serbia. Dylan was there. We really loved it. Well done. We're all big football fans here. And I'd like to take at this point just to say thank you to our St. Michael's House Charity Partners Aircoach for organising all this, with Jackie, our communications director within St. Michael's House. Just before that, we've spent a few weeks devising questions, and all the fans will be asking you questions in a minute, Stephen. But just to tell you a wee bit about us, we've been going for about a year now. It all happened due to COVID. Before COVID, we all would have talked about football. We all support different teams, and we would all talk about football in the corridors and everything. But during COVID, obviously we were in lockdown and we were missing everybody. But we've built now this fan club. At our height, we've had about 30 people. We beat the CRC in a quiz on football, which was brilliant. And we meet now every week, and we talk about our favourite teams and predict scores. So what I'm going to do now is thank you again so much for coming. And what I'm going to do now is hand you over to Dylan, who's going to coordinate the questions. So thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you very much.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you very much for coming on again. The lads are very excited to ask a few questions. And I might just get them to say a quick hello to you, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I'm playing some tennis.
So do you want to say hello to them?
All the time,
Stephen?
Yeah.
Hello.
So guys, these can all say hello to Stephen at the same time.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, how you all doing? Great to be here.
Hello, Stephen. You're very welcome to our football club.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
So the lads have been, like Raymond said, been working on questions. I don't know if you've seen some of the questions. They might have a couple of other ones to ask you as well, if that's okay, if you have the time.
Yeah, I've plenty of time. That's not a problem at all.
Brilliant. So what I'll do is I'll just go around to the lads individually. And I'll get them to ask a question each, if that's okay.
Thanks, Dylan. Thank you very much, Dylan. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So, Nicole, would you like to ask Stephen the first question?
Who's that, sorry?
So this is Nicole. I'll spotlight Nicole for you so you can see her.
Brilliant. Hi, Nicole. I love the backdrop there. I love the backdrop.
Thank you, Stephen.
What bridge is that?
San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge.
San Francisco Bridge. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Great.
So Nicole, what question do you have for Stephen?
What team did you play for before?
Yeah.
Before you came manager?
Before I became manager, yeah. You know, I grew up in Tala in South Dublin there, and played there as a young boy, and with Tala and Bluebell. But then I went to play with Belvedere on the north side in Dublin, and played for Belvedere. And we had a really good youth team there. Great club with great coaches, brilliant coaches, and really loved it. And I signed for St. Patrick's Athletic then, and then on to Home Farm in the first division, and I ended up becoming a player manager of Tala Town. So I started at quite a young age, player coach. So so that was my very unspectacular playing career, must be said. But I love playing the game, and you know, it was a great privilege to play with all the clubs that I played for. So I went. The reason is I ended up taking the player manager's job at Longford at 26 when I started, and Longford. I ended up managing Longford, and that was a great experience. I ended up managing rather than playing more, and that was it.
Brilliant. Great question, Nicole.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen.
So that might lead into one of our next questions Raymond has for you. So I'll just spotlight Raymond now.
Okay. My name is Raymond Parrott.
Hi Raymond, how you doing? How are you?
I'm cousin of Troy Parrott.
Really? Are you? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
brilliant. Brilliant.
You didn't tell us this, Raymond.
That's the first time we heard it.
This is news for us as well.
Yeah, he's very. He must have been very proud when he scored his first 2 goals against Andorra.
Yes, we are.
Great stuff. And Raymond, what question do you have for Stephen?
Who do you follow?
Who do I follow?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I don't really follow any team now, to be honest. I follow when you're a player and a manager. When you're a manager, it's difficult to follow any team. I think as a young boy, when I was like 9 or 10 or 11, or in around that period, I suppose I would have supported Liverpool. As a young boy. But not so much now. Not so much now. I think I followed obviously teams in the league. I used to go and watch in Dublin because I lived on the south side, either Shamrock Rovers or St Patrick's Athletic, and would have seen those 2 teams play a lot. And really, I've been a supporter of football in general. Love teams throughout the world who play the game in a very exciting way, and I love the game, and I love obviously Ireland is a big passion. Been a supporter of Ireland, and obviously becoming nearly 20 years ago, I coached with the under-16s for 3 weeks in Israel at the European Championships, and then I coached the under-21 for over a year, and obviously managing the senior team for the last year, which has been the ultimate honour. And so I follow Ireland, really. I'm an Ireland supporter. I love managing, and that's it.
So, good question. A lot of Liverpool fans are happy to hear that in the chat.
Did Raymond hear that okay?
Yes.
Guys, I've been rubbing me on me. Hold on a minute. Came in earlier, man, okay?
So, thanks, Raymond, for that question.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Raymond. And it's great to see Troy Parrott doing so well, and your family, and all your family must be very proud of Troy. And he's come through the youth system and scored goals at all the youth teams, the under-21s, and then scoring his first 2 competitive goals. So he has a big future with Ireland. He must be. I must tell him that you were on. I'm sure he'd be very proud of you as well.
Right. Thanks.
Thanks, Raymond.
Good stuff. So we've a question from Ken. I'll just add Ken to the spotlight. They need to start their video. They're there. Maybe
They're
move
on
on.
move.
Ken, are you there? We could come back to him. So Richard, you have a question for Stephen, don't you?
Yeah.
Hi, Richard. How you doing? How are you?
And hi, Stephen.
So Richard, what question do you have for Stephen?
You hear me a hand with it, didn't it, please?
Yeah, so Richard wants to know, what teams have you managed before?
Okay. I managed. I started managing Longford Town in the League of Ireland, and that's where I started being a senior manager. Really managed outside the league, but then got to manage Longford Town, and for 3.5 years, and that was a great experience. And we managed in the UEFA Cup with Longford, and we built a stadium and got promotion and in cup finals and so forth. So I went to Bohemians in Dublin. I was 30 years of age then when I took over Bohemians, and we managed to win the league there. And playing the Champions League qualifiers. So we won the league, and we won the league only losing 2 games the whole season. Very exciting team. And I know Troy Parrott is there. His cousin is there. So any Spurs fans in the in online? Is there any Spurs fans? Spurs. Well, with Bohemians, we played Spurs in a friendly at the time, but it was a full house in Dalymount, and they had all their first team playing, and we beat them 3-1. Would you believe Bohemians beat Spurs 3-1? I hate to tell you, but it was a great game, and it was a full house and very great experience. And so I was there for 2.5 years, and then went to Derry. Great experiences with Derry. Moved my family to Derry. I had a son born in Derry, and I had 3 children, and then we had the 4th one in Derry, and then we went to we managed Derry and had 2 unbelievable seasons there, 2 of the best seasons of my life there. Brilliant experience, and of course we played in the UEFA Cup, and we beat Gothenburg, and we beat the Scottish representatives at the time, Gretna, and we played Paris Saint-Germain. Derry played Paris Saint-Germain to get into the group stages, and we drew 0-0 in Derry in the Brandywell in the first leg, and we went to the Parc des Princes in Paris, full house in Paris. You can imagine Paris Saint-Germain, the size of that club, and them coming to a small club like Derry, and so they beat us 2-0 in the Parc des Princes. So I moved to Dunfermline in Scotland then, and I had the experience of obviously taking over the team that were bottom of the league. We were 5 points and 10 points at the bottom of the league within 10 days of me going in there. So it was a tough job. But we beat Rangers and beat Hearts and beat Hibs to get to and Partick Thistle to get to the Scottish Cup final against Celtic. So I was only 34 at the time, and there was 50,000 people in Hampden for the cup final against Celtic, which was special, very special. I walked out into Hampden with Gordon Strachan, then the manager of Celtic. Celtic had a great team. They were the league champions several times in a row, and they beat us in the 84th minute. They scored to win 1-0, and so it was a tremendous experience. It was my 3rd time in Hampden, because we played the semi-final against Hibs twice in Hampden. We drew with them in the first leg and beat them in the replay in Hampden. That was special. So I went from there back to Derry, and Derry had been put back down into the 1st division because of administration. When I went back shortly after I went back, they'd gone into administration, and so we had to build a new team, and out of that Derry team, 7 players went on to become internationals with Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. So very special time in that period as well. Like James McLean, for example, he was one of them who I'm managing again. I'm managing James McLean again. He was one of those players. So 7 players went on to become. So it was a good period. We got to some good cup finals, won a few trophies. We won the 1st division in the League Cup, and lost an FAI Cup on penalties, and went close in the Premier Division. So I had a short spell at Shamrock Rovers before taking over Dundalk, and obviously we took over Dundalk. They were in a relegation playoff, but we went to create the most successful team in modern history, and we went forward. They went on to win 5 league titles and been in the Europa League, and had the highest points total in the Europa League, and really a brilliant games against Zenit St. Petersburg and Maccabi Tel Aviv and Legia Warsaw, Bate Borisov. That captured the imagination of the Irish public, and loads of other games as well. AZ Alkmaar. So we'd brilliant European games, and we obviously won all the league titles and the cup finals. Created a team, a brilliant team. The vast majority of players had never won anything before, so it was all new for them, and it was just to captivate the town and the county, And then the country, when we played Legia Warsaw in the Aviva Stadium in front of 33,000 people in Europe. So on a wet, cold, the wettest night of the year, it was torrential rain. So it was a great experience, and that culminated in me managing the Republic of Ireland under-21 team, which with a great experience. We played in the Toulon tournament in France. So we played China, we played Bahrain, and we played Mexico, and we won that group with those teams, and they were all the Olympic teams. They were all the teams that went to the Olympics. This year, obviously, because the Olympics was cancelled last year, so they went to the Olympics. And then we played Brazil, who won the Olympic gold, of course, this year. Played them in the semi-final. Brazil, first time Ireland ever played Brazil in a competitive game at any level. And we lost to Brazil 2-0. They were brilliant. And so I took the senior international job, and my first game was just over a year ago. And so I've been in the job from September, first game September last year. A 1-1 draw with Bulgaria and in Bulgaria. So I've been manager for just over a year now. And, we're looking at rebuilding the team, and we've obviously given 13 players their debut, and we're building the team. And the last game against Portugal in the last window, you might have watched it on the TV. We lost in the last minute. Ronaldo scored 2 goals, and
That's right, I remember that.
that hurt us. And but we had a brilliant game, played really well, and game through with Azerbaijan, of course, and we played Serbia, and that was a great game. So all good games last week, very exciting. So we look forward to the next window. So that's really those are the clubs I've been involved in.
Thank you for that.
Brilliant. That was a great insight to the achievements along with all the clubs you've been at. And yeah, just on the Portugal game, we were very unlucky, but some of the best football we've probably seen from an Irish team. So
Thanks, Dylan. Thank you. That's really
great to see that going forward. Great question, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks for that, Stephen.
Thanks, Richard.
So we have Ken back now. I'll add Ken to the spotlight. Ken has a good question for you.
Stephen,
Hi, Ken. How you doing, Ken?
if you had an ambition on who to bring back to the Irish team, one of the players, and if you had an ambition on who to bring back to the Irish team, and tell me why he is a good player for scoring so many goals.
So I think what Ken's trying to say is, if you could bring back one player from the past to play for the current Irish team, who would it be and why?
Well, Ken, is it true that Messi has an Irish grandfather? Is that true? Does Messi have an Irish grandfather? I don't know. I think or Maradona, maybe Maradona. Had he got a grandmother from County Cork or anything? But no, I think obviously great players, but we've had a history of great players in Ireland, going back over the years before I was born. So many great players, and I never got to see Johnny Giles play because but obviously he was an amazing player for Ireland, and but I did get to see Liam Brady, who I was standing behind the goal after coming from school when he scored, when Ireland beat Brazil in a friendly in the Aviva in the Lansdowne Road, where they won 1-0, and Liam Brady scored in a friendly, and I was standing behind the goal then, and I remember that goal, and he was an amazing player. He won two Serie A titles with Juventus. He was a midfield player, a very creative midfield player. So he was brilliant for Juventus and for Arsenal. He was brilliant. Obviously, we've had some great defenders like Paul McGrath and Dennis Irwin and Mark Lawrenson and players like that, who have been amazing. And so many others. Stephen Staunton. So in relation to attacking players, though, looking at attacking players, and we know Roy Keane, of course, was a great influence for Ireland as well. Great midfield player. What a great player! What a great player Roy was. Brilliant player. And then the forwards, we've got obviously the standout goal scorer in a record I don't think it'll ever be beaten was Robbie Keane's record. Like, his record of goals is something special, really. A number of appearances.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that will ever be beaten. He's got an incredible ratio of goals to games, and was a real natural goal scorer, really exceptional goal scorer for Ireland. And he stands way above any of the goal scorers. The great other creative players like Damien Duff, who was a brilliant winger. Damien Duff was terrific. Such a terrific player in that era as well, with Robbie Keane. So those are the sort of best two players in that era. And Shay Given was a great goalkeeper in that period, and before him, Packy Bonner and Shay Given, and the other player was in that period, obviously John O'Shea was very, very good in that period as well, having played at Man United for many years and got over 100 caps. So all great players, I suppose, and there's so many have left out, of course. So many have left out. Ray Houghton's probably scored the highest profile goals against England and Italy in big tournament wins. So you'd have to have a lot of respect for that. So the player that I think the most creative midfield player in that period overall was probably Liam Brady. And Liam Brady was just a fantastic midfield player, and played in a time in Italy when it was the best league in the world, and won the league twice in that period, apart from having other successes. And he never got to play in a European Championships or a World Cup, so it was tough for him. But I would say he was a brilliant player overall.
Brilliant question, Ken. Very tough one for Stephen to answer. Like you said, there's loads of brilliant players, and we had a discussion before in our group about the lad's favourite Irish player, and everyone had a different answer. So just goes to show the quality that we've had throughout the years.
It's hard to argue against Robbie Keane as well, because his goals, so many goals, and such a great player for Ireland over the period of time. He has to be up there as well. All right.
Good stuff. And beside Ken is Philip, who also has a question for you. Philip, would you like to ask Stephen the question? So Philip's question is, who is the biggest joker on the Irish team?
Oh, biggest joker. That's a tough question. That is a tough question, because I've only been in charge for the last season, but I think Callum Robinson is always in good form, always good for a laugh, and always likes to keep people spirits high. Callum Robinson is a great character, and he always has a smile, always in good form, takes everything in his stride, and is very positive. And that's despite the fact that he had COVID twice in the year. So he missed a lot of games. He missed few games because he sat on a flight near Derek Williams. Derek had COVID, so Callum sat on a flight near him, so he got back. He was ruled out as a close contact. Then in the November camp, in the matches against Wales, England, and Bulgaria, he was ruled out of that camp with COVID. And then recently he got COVID for a second time and missed a game against Portugal. But Callum Robinson is great. Shane Duffy likes a laugh with the lads as well. Shane Duffy's a character. People might see an Andrew Omabamadile getting interviewed on RTE recently, and Shane having the joke, trying to make him laugh and having the crack with him. And Shane is a joker. Queeveen Kelleher, again, quiet sense of humor, very quiet, but dry, quiet sense of humor. And a lot of the lads, they love being Robbie Brady, always in good form when he's been in the Ireland camps, and great, very good character as well. So loads of good characters.
It's interesting. Thanks for that question, Philip. What do you think? What you expected?
Great man there, man.
Sorry, Philip.
I'm not in the room, I think. Good.
Go ahead, Philip.
And then I'm in the room, man. I remember. One of my friends, I mean, and mommy, I can just say, hear me.
Yeah, talk nice and slow so I can hear you. Good man.
One of my friends, I mean, I can just they're on.
Okay.
Say slowly when you hear me say sorry.
Come in front of the camera so I can see you, Philip.
Oh, hear me, give me now, Lane.
Yeah, good man. Thank
We
you.
can see you now, Philip. We can see you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say now, I say slowly.
Yeah.
I want to ask him, why did he say no Liverpool player the Irish? Not me, for a friend of my boyfriend, not me, for a friend of my boyfriend.
Why is there no Liverpool players on the Irish team?
It's not my idea, for a friend of my boyfriend.
You're asking for a friend, okay.
It's not my idea, Lane. My friends are not mine.
That's okay, Philip. Stephen might answer that question.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. The Queeveen Kelleher, of course, our goalkeeper. He's not playing for Liverpool at the moment because Alisson, the Brazilian goalie Alisson, is such a brilliant goalkeeper, one of the best in the world. So Queeveen is trying to, as a young man, is trying to get his place at Liverpool, and I'm sure he will get games shortly for Liverpool. They play in the cup against Norwich on Tuesday, so Queeveen should play. I think might play in that against Norwich. So Queeveen is from Cork. He's from the Ring Mountain Rangers team in Cork. That's where he came from, and he went from there to Liverpool, and until he was 16. Or until he was 15 or 16, he was a centre forward. So there you are. He was a centre forward, and he only became a goalie then. And it's amazing. His progress has been so dramatic. And you'd know that because he's so good with his feet at the back. He can pass the ball to anyone. He's so accurate. So he's like an 11th outfield player. So he's very good. And so he's the only Irish player for Liverpool. But you're right. We don't have anyone else at the moment from Liverpool playing for Ireland. We do have unfortunately, Bobby Firmino. He doesn't qualify, does he? I don't think he's not got cousins from Galway or anything. Sure, he doesn't. Bobby Firmino. Or who else would we say? Mo Salah. Unfortunately, it's not Morris Salah. It's not Morris Salah. It's Mo Salah, isn't it? So Mo Salah doesn't qualify either. But now we've no other players there at the moment. But we've had a great tradition with Liverpool. Of course, Ronnie Whelan, John Aldridge, and Ray Houghton, and Stephen Staunton, and Mark Lawrence, and all of those great Irish players. And Jim Beglin, all those players that played for Ireland through the years from Liverpool. Jason McAteer, of course, later on, and so we'd loads of players who played for Ireland.
Thanks for that, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Philip.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks,
Great
Philip.
question.
Well done. So we have another question. At the guys in the spotlight. This is James and Cormac. So James has a question for you.
Stephen, ask a question.
Hiya, James. How are you?
Grant,
Good.
do you know Ronan Finn, yeah?
Ronan Finn, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good player.
It hasn't really qualified.
Do you think they'll qualify for the next World Cup in 2024? Yeah.
Do you think we'll qualify for the World Cup?
Yeah.
That's the comment asked me a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, you asked about Ronan Finn.
Yeah.
Ronan, obviously great player. I had him at Dundalk.
Yeah.
I had him at Shamrock Rovers and I brought him to Dundalk and
Yeah.
he was brilliant. I won two, he was with me for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he won two league titles with Dundalk and he got to the Europa League and played in all those big European games.
Yeah.
And what a player Ronan was. Brilliant player.
Great players.
He's a great player.
And he went back to Shamrock Rovers, obviously 2 spells at Rovers. He's captain there now, and he's still doing very well. So Ronan is a terrifically talented player. Absolutely. I think the World Cup, the current World Cup, obviously we're drawn in a group with Portugal and Serbia and the other clubs, and only one qualifies. So it's very difficult to qualify automatically. So I think we're up against it now with the recent results qualifying for the World Cup. But I do think that next year, obviously this year then is the draw for the European Championships in Germany. And I do think that all of the young players that we've given a chance to will all have about 15 caps by then, 15 to 20.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I'll have a difficult job picking a team then because we'll have a big squad and we'll have a lot of competition for places.
Yeah.
And missing a player through injury won't be such a big deal. So as it is now. So I do think we will build a team to qualify for Germany 2024 for the European Championships. And because 2 qualify for the Euros, plus if you do well in the Nations League, you can get a playoff as well. So possibly 3 qualify from a group. And so that's a great ambition for us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, James. Good questions.
Yeah.
And hopefully best of luck for the European qualifiers now after the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, of course.
It's great.
I think everyone be cheering on the lads. So I think we have one more question from Brian and Alan. So add them to the screen.
Hi, Brian. Hey, Alan. How you doing?
Elaine, could you unmute the lads there? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Alan. How are you?
How are you?
Brilliant. Thank you. Great.
And how are you?
I'm doing very well. Doing very well. I'm looking forward to your question now. Looking forward to the question.
I was thinking about Ireland and England together. Spain and Ireland play together. The football team.
What was that? Can you say that again, Alan?
No, I said put the English and Ireland together. Play together. From
England and Ireland play together.
England and Ireland together.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Are you winding me up, Alan? Are you playing a joke on me?
You threw that in from nowhere.
I'm set up at the Irish play with the good team side with the English playing.
You're the joker in the crew. You're trying to wind me up, aren't you, Alan?
No, I'm saying I like the English, like Liverpool playing and another team well, like Man United. Well,
yeah.
Man.
So you want us to wear the white England gear, do you?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
You're the joker. You are. You're the joker. No, I think you're the joker. You're like Callum Robinson in Air Crew. You're the joker in the group. You're the joker in the group. You're like Callum Robinson or Shane Duffy. You're like Shane Duffy. You're the joker.
I don't like him.
I see what you mean. It would be a very strong team. Believe it or not, as you know, Jack Grealish qualifies for Ireland. He played in the under 21s. As you know, Declan Rice played for the senior international team and played for England. Harry Kane qualifies for Ireland.
He
qualifies. His family are from the west of Ireland, so he qualifies. another Liverpool player, Harvey Elliott, I believe he qualifies. You know,
Yeah.
The player who got injured. So there's a lot of Michael Keane, the Everton centre back, he qualifies. So a lot of he's played for England a lot and against us as well, in fact. So a lot of the players do actually qualify. Some of them do to qualify to play for Ireland. But obviously they were born in England, so they've chosen to go down that route, you know, so we have to respect that. But I don't see a team with Ireland and England. Maybe Alan, you could be the manager, would you? You'd like to manage that team, would you?
I played for Liverpool years ago. I used to play over there in Anfield. Oh yeah, years ago.
Who's your favourite Liverpool player? Who's your favourite player?
Stevie Gerrard.
Oh, Stevie.
Very good.
You like Stevie? Yeah, he was a great player, wasn't he?
He's a good player, yeah. Yeah.
He was a great player. He's your favourite, is he?
He's my favourite, yeah.
He scored some goals, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
No, he was a great player. He was a great player. I don't think he qualified for Ireland, did he?
No, he's from the English side of Ireland as well. Yeah.
No, he didn't qualify. But he was, you're right, he was some player. He was some
He's
player.
a player, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about the Irish, the good team, aren't they? The Irish, good team, aren't they?
The Irish team
have a good team, yeah.
Indeed.
The Irish team, good teams, that we said?
Yeah.
We do potentially, we're going to be very good. We're going to be very good. A lot of those players coming through now are going to get better and we're going to be very good. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Good man, Alan. Thanks for that question.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks a lot.
I think, is that everyone? I know Lakayla are there.
Fran and
Fran and Martin. I don't know whether you guys had a question, but
they want to come on and say hello real quick.
Yeah.
Just say hello there. Hello. Hello, I'll say hello for them. They just wanted to know about Liverpool. That's all they want to.
They're Mo Salah fans.
Biggest Mo Salah fan club in Ireland.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mo Salah, Liverpool, yeah. I think you know, it was funny because Mo Salah played with Chelsea, didn't he, first?
Yeah.
And he played with Chelsea. And Jose Mourinho sold him to Roma, didn't he? Sorry. He came back and apologies for that. I'll just get a drink of water. Sorry, I have one there.
Take your time. There are some great questions, everyone.
Well done. Dylan, we might just watch the time there, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thanks, Stephen.
I'll tell you what. He obviously, you know, playing with Egypt as well. It's not easy. The first Egyptian player to make it on a worldwide stage, on a global level, and be a worldwide star. So he's done brilliant, and I can see why you would admire him. I can see why you admire him. It is, no doubt he is a terrific player. But they have a lot of good players. So that's it. But I'd love to see us all at the Aviva sometime. I think it'd be great to see at Aviva and connect with these young players, because we have some good players coming in on as well. We spoke about Troy Parrott's family been on the line here, and we spoke about that, and all them young forwards are very exciting. Aldamida, you've seen him in the you see the goalie Gavin Bazunu, terrific, and we spoke about Queeveen, and of course you've got Seamus Coleman, the captain, who's a great captain, one of the great captains. Shane Duffy and John Egan, all these great defenders, Matt Doherty. So everyone should be very proud of the Irish team. I know we want to get better results, and that's the ambition. You know, we want to do better, but the team is growing, and I think it's an exciting period for Irish football over the next couple of years.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Stephen, for coming on. The lads are delighted with all the questions and that they're answered.
Absolutely.
If everyone would like to say a big thank you to Stephen Kenny.
One more question.
Thank you, Stephen.
Lynn, you had a question there. No, Lynn's on a train on the way back from Cork and is tuning in.
Didn't want to miss out on the interview today.
Yeah.
No. I can't remember what to say.
That's all right. Did you enjoy today, Lynn?
No, leave it. I forget what. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Lynn from Cork, is she?
Yeah.
No, she's from
Dublin. I'm on a true Dublin.
A true
Dub.
She's on her holidays in Cork, so she didn't want to miss out on the interview with yourself today, Stephen.
Well, Lynn, delighted that you were able to tune in from the train. It just shows you the beauty of technology that you're on the train and you can still tune in.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know, that's amazing that you're on the train, and
Thank you.
because we have all these players in Cork actually who are playing for Ireland at the moment. We spoke about Caoimhín Kelleher and John Egan, and we spoke about Conor Hourahan and Adam Ida and Josie Ogbenya. He's from Cork, and we have all of these players from Cork at the moment who are doing.
He's from Cork, yeah.
Doing so well, and but you're a true blue Dub, as you said. So we've loads of Dubs as well in the team. And we have a few anyway. Jeff Hendrick and Robbie Brady and Matt Doherty and all those lads, you know, Gavin Bazunu. So they're all proud Dubs.
Yeah.
So we have players from all over the country and represent the 4 provinces, and we're very proud of all of the players. They give everything to their country. And the Irish support, you seen the Irish support last week in the Aviva, 25,000 passionate fans.
Yeah.
And they really got behind the team, and we'll have 50,000 for Portugal. We'll have 50,000 for Portugal now that the restrictions are lifted.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind going to a game.
Fantastic, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't mind either.
We must sort that out.
That was very subtle, actually.
Yeah, no, it's something that we have to sort that out.
No, it was great. Stephen, thanks a million for your time today. And I think everyone had some great questions there. You know, you were doing a lot of work on those over the last couple of weeks. So it's amazing. Yeah. Great.
Thanks very much for the questions.
Thank you very much, Stephen. That was excellent.
Thanks for supporting the team.
I hope you enjoyed your afternoon with us.
I really did enjoy it. Very, 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 very good conversation. A lot of good conversation. It's great to have the interest as well that you have, and really enjoyed it. All right.
Yeah.
And
Stephen, you gave us a lot more time there than we expected, so we're very grateful to you. So thank you so much on behalf of Boeing St. Michael's Saints.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Aircoach as well for making this connection for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And Aircoach. And then when I'm looking at I'm looking at San Francisco Bridge, I'm thinking about going on a trip there to San Francisco.
Excellent.
And best of luck in the rest of the qualifiers.
Absolutely, best of luck.
Let's be watching it here now.
And I hope we get to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, hopefully we will.
No, it's gone.
Thanks, Lynn. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Everybody say goodbye to Stephen. Thank you so much.
Stephen,
thank you.
Hope to see him. Hope to go to a match soon. See you.
We'll have to organise it, Nicole.
I know, yeah.
An outing. We'll organise it soon. Well done, everyone.
We organised that.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, Dylan, do you want to wrap it up there? Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.